ఒకసారి కమ్యూనిటీ మీరు తీసుకున్నారా?
తీసుకుంటాం అట్లా. సార్ నమస్తే.
నమస్కారం.
Please share the experience of your Sark to water security.
First of all, Devaraja Guru, I'm happy to see you again after 7 years.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So we met Devaraj 7 years back.
Yeah.
Okay. It was an accidental meeting. So we went through a YouTube channel. In that one of the channel, they're talking about Devaraj and his contribution towards the groundwater recharging. So that's when we contacted, and he came over here. The time he stepped into this community till now, I think we are water surplus. Okay, so I want to take you back 7 years back, how it was before. So this community is a 25-acre community. Okay, around 178 villas are there. So almost 85 to 90% of the villas are occupied.
Okay.
So initially 7 years back, it was only around 35% of villas are occupied. It was a quite water problem in the entire community, in the entire area of Mokila. Okay, everyone is dependent on water tankers 7 years back. Okay, and we don't have a water even to water a plantation also. So it was completely dry, and builder gave us this community, handed over this community to the association with no backup plan. Okay, so we don't have any other option. We have to choose water tankers. So the water tankers, we've been using around 5 to 6 tankers per day. Okay, and for the entire month we used to spend around 2 to 3 lakhs only water alone, and we don't have any other source of water, only the bore water. We don't have a corporation water, we don't have a government connections of anything like that. So only bore water is our lifeline. So for washing the face or drinking water, everything is from the bore. So we are in that dependent of bore water. So when there is no water, you should imagine what would have been the plight of these residents over here. Okay, and that's when I was the first the president of this association, and my first focus was how to make this entire community self-sufficient as far as the water is concerned. Okay, so that's when we got in contact with Devaraj, and Devaraj obliged and came over here and done a survey of 1 day, and then he spotted various areas where he can potentially have some kind of a recharge pits and all. And then finally we boiled down to this area. You can just show that area.
Yeah.
So boiled down to this area.
Yeah.
We can just talk. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can.
This is the.
You can have a look at it here.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the area where we have identified. Instead of having water pits, individual pits, we thought of have one big recharge pond. Okay, what we call in Telugu is Inkudu Gunta in villages.
Inkudu Bavi.
Bavi or Gunta, right? So it is 60 by 60 by 10 feet. Okay, so that time we have priority is water. So we don't mind spending a place which is worth using for some other purpose for this noble cause for storage of water. But when we are trying to do this kind of a pond, I was skeptical because I don't have an experience. But Devaraja was giving a lot of confidence that once you do this kind of pond, you are rest assured in lifetime you will not face any water crisis. Okay, so we purely went with what Devaraja suggested. He was so nice, and he guided us step by step. So this is the two bore wells. This one, bore well number one,
Yeah.
and that is another bore well number 2. Okay, so where we started focusing on this. So and then he has created some kind of a filtration process inside the bore wells. Inside the pond. Okay, from that filtration process, there is a pipe which runs here, okay, to this bore well, and there is another filtration process. The pipe again runs to over here. Okay, so these storage water tank. This is not storage. This is more of a water. What do you call it? Water? Infiltration. Ground recharging pond. So if you look at it, there is no concrete flooring. This is all mud flooring. But all the 4 sides you have a pond kind of a structure we have erected, but down below you have a soil base. So that help us to the water seepage happening, sink into the ground, and these filtration tankers, I would say units are supplying this filtered water into these bore wells. Okay, so this is getting recharged as and when there is a water getting filled up in this particular pond. So once we have done the first rain, we saw the first rain after we done in 2018, we were amazed. The entire community were around this pond looking at the beauty of the pond. So initially there was no walls around it, so it was only a mud. Okay, but unfortunately what happened is every year the mud get choked, and we have to redo this mud slushing and removing and stuff like that. So it becoming more of a maintenance problem. So then subsequently we have decided to have a concrete stone permanent walls, so that there won't be any further collapse of mud walls in the pond. Okay, so now it is an undisturbed pond. It is a very serene beauty now. In fact, if you come over on a monsoon time, you can see nice beautiful birds. Okay, it is in whites. Okay, and it looks very pleasant. Okay, so it serves multiple purpose. Okay, the main purpose is the water. So now I would say with a confidence, though I am not a president now, so I was a previously president, but with lack of time I could not invite the current president, but I am just talking on his behalf because I was involved in the initial days. Okay, this is our lifeline. Okay, and I'll tell you, we are rest assured that we will not face any other water crisis if there is no misuse all around. If you look at the entire Mokila, so there are only few communities were there before. So there are only 4 communities were there. Now there are hundreds of communities and apartments have started coming in.
Vertical growth.
Okay, so the advantage we have is this pond is in the center of our community. It is not in one corner of this community where the adjacent community can take my resources and use. So this is in the center. So that is also another advantage we had. So Devaraj Garu, if you are suggesting or proposing this kind of a pond to any community, please suggest them to do it in the center of the community so that this resource stays within the community. So that is my humble, I would say, suggestion from my side. Okay. So far, very good. We don't have any issues. Even now, if you look at it, I heard my facility manager has said, all the communities are buying tankers except our community.
Okay.
So that's the beauty of it. Okay.
Sir, earlier how much money you were spending for the tanker?
Around 3.5 lakhs. 2018. So I still remember because I used to sign the check. 2.23
per month.
Peak summer it by 3.5 also it goes per month. For 58 villas.
Only 58.
Only because we have to water the plantation also, no? Okay. And what happened is at one point of a time, this water is so surplus, people are wasting water.
Okay.
So that's when we have to bring water meters into villas to control their behaviors. Okay. So now, because we have a water surplus, our property values also increased. Okay, and many of the residents who are looking for a I would say sufficient water supply community, so they tend to choose this community to come over. Okay, so that's another added advantage we have. Okay, so with this help of surplus water, you could see the plantation we have, the greeneries we have, and I still remember Devaraj, I still have my old photo, the place where we are standing.
It is a barren.
It is a barren land, dry.
Grass, nothing.
Okay, this stone used to be there. And we used JCB to remove this. And it was a hell. And now look at the beauty of this entire community. So I would once again say,
sir, thank you.
Thanks to Devaraj and his team. That's the beauty of it. Devaraj is okay, he is a consultant, he is suggested, but his entire team also knows what he is suggesting, right? So sometimes when he says something and then move out and then by evening he comes back, but then the work is done perfectly as he expected. Okay? So that's the beauty, and nobody has supervised a job. They have done the job perfectly with precision of whatever the suggested rules and norms by Devaraj. Okay, so I would say this credit goes to Devaraj and team. Okay, for the successful completion of this project, and I think you have to go through around the community and see once, that you will understand how much water we have now.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you once
very
again.
much. I want to say thank to the association president because of your
Ex-president. Sure, sir. Sure.
ತೆಗಿತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
कलर चेंज हो रहा है, हाथ में पकड़ो.
बोर्ड इट्कोंगे, बोर्ड इट्को.
मानो नहीं सर, चेंज हो रहा.
Sir, actually, you want to put a one word, pond overflow ఏమో వస్తుంది కదా, you can feel the sound also అని. అలా మరి చెప్పండి. అంటే ఇమ్మీడియట్గా అది ఖాళీ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. ఫిల్లింగ్, డ్రాయింగ్ విత్ డ్రాయింగ్.
సార్ ఇది క్లీనింగ్ కూడా మీ టీం ఏమైనా వచ్చి హెల్ప్ చేస్తే బాగుంది.
చేస్తాము.
మరి ఎప్పుడు అవుతుంది చెప్పండి.
సచిన్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఆ మొత్తం ఫిల్టర్ అంతా రీప్లేస్ చేస్తే మళ్ళీ రీఛార్జ్ రేట్ విల్ బి మోర్.
అంటే మళ్ళీ ఫుల్గా తవ్వాలి
కాదు, ఏం లేదు సార్, మట్టి ఇక్కడ తీస్తాము, వాష్ చేసి మళ్ళీ ఫిల్ చేసుకోండి.
ఆ లేయర్ వేసాం కదా,
అంతా అదే మాదిరి వస్తుంది లేయర్.
అవునా? సో
సరే, యాక్చువల్లీ అట్లీస్ట్ వన్స్ ఇన్
అది వేసిన తర్వాత అది అక్కడి నుంచి పైప్
మొత్తం అంతా సర్క్యూట్ అంతా
ఫ్లష్
చేసుకుంటే బెటర్.
చేసుకుంటే
వితౌట్ వాటర్ సేవింగ్ ద